It was this girl that absolutely couldn't stand me. She used to tell people she didn't like my content, especially my story times, which is ironic because now she's one. And according to her, I was a manipulator, a cheater, worse than any man she ever dealt with. She used to tell people she'd rather deal with men than deal with a woman like me. That's how serious it was. Now, me personally, I never paid her any attention. So her opinion of me really wasn't my problem. What I couldn't understand was why she was so invested. Like, why are you so bothered by somebody that you never even had a conversation with? And what pissed me off, she didn't even know me. She judged me off clips, shit she seen on TikTok, stories she heard, and whatever fucking image she built in her own head. Meanwhile, I'm over here wondering, like, why the hell are you so invested in what I'm doing? I remember we ended up at this little get together. She was there with her friends, I was there with mine. Now, every now and then, I'll catch her glancing at me. The second I look back, she'll look away. I smirked, took a sip of my drink, and I just kept vibing with my people. See, I already heard about everything she's been saying about me. She thinks she all that. Her story times ain't even all that. Why she gotta announce everything that she do? She a show off. She toxic. She manipulative as hell. Every name you could think of, she had one for me. And the crazy part, I'm just living life. Nothing more. As the night went on, my friends went their separate ways and disappeared into the crowd. And me, I'm just sitting by the fireplace, just really enjoying the little peaks that was left. A couple girls recognized me from TikTok. They came over, sat beside me, and we just started talking. Nothing serious, just regular conversation. Then I looked up and there she was watching me again. At this point, I had enough liquor to stop pretending I ain't noticed this shit. I stood up. The girls were still talking, but I wasn't paying attention anymore. As I started walking towards her, she looked at me and then quickly looked away, almost like she knew why I was coming. I stopped right in front of her and I just asked her, like, what the fuck is your problem? She looked at me like I was crazy and talked about, what are you talking about? She tried to walk past me, but I grabbed her arm. I said, you've been acting real funny towards me and I never even talked to you or held a conversation with you. She yanked her arm back and said, well, we having one now. Now I'm standing there looking dumb and drunk. A couple months passed and life kept moving. Every now and then I post on my story. She'll be the first person to watch the shit. I post something good, new house, new car, new content. She saw everything. She never congratulated me, never liked nothing. I'm talking about nothing. Real fucking hater energy. My birthday came around, I decided to throw a kickback at the new house I bought. I'm a business owner now and I opened up me a business and that was one of my biggest accomplishments for this year. So I wanted to celebrate the right way. Good liquor, good food, some games. I'm not really the clubbing type, so a little kickback, a little out of town is good enough for me. So my friends came over, you know, just a good time. I'm sitting outside by the fire pit just talking and laughing when I looked up and guess who coming through the damn door? Her, with her friends. Now I'm confused because if you hate me so much, why are you at my birthday party? But I ain't gonna lie though, she looked good as hell. I kept catching myself looking over at her, trying not to make it obvious. But anyways, the night kept going. We played games. Everybody was drinking, eating. It was a good ass vibe. Laughing. Eventually, the liquor got to me and I had to get up to go use the bathroom. As I walked down the hallway, she's coming down the hallway as well. And we end up like bumping into each other. She said my bad without even looking up. So I was just like, you good? I started to walk around her, but neither of us moved. It got real quiet and then she finally looked up at me and she told me happy birthday. I smiled and I asked the question I've been wanting to ask for months. So I said like, so why you be acting like that towards me? Without even thinking, she just said, cause I don't like you. I just laughed it off. I said, well, for somebody that don't like me, why did you show up to my birthday party? She rolled her eyes and said, well, I came with my friends. Now her little friend group and my friend group are pretty close. But I'm just saying, if you claim you hate somebody, ain't no way in the hell you're gonna show up to their birthday party. I just don't see myself doing it, even if I do have friends that's close to her. Then she just blurted out and said, you got everybody fooled. I didn't know what she mean by that. And I said, do I? And I just said, I think you're judging me more than actually getting to know me. She didn't answer. I mean, she couldn't. The hallway got real quiet at this point. Neither of us still moving. That's when everything changed. I smiled, took a step closer, and I just started reading her body language. Reading a woman's body language is everything. It's gonna tell you everything. She didn't flinch, she didn't step back. She just stood there looking at me. So I kissed her softly. She kissed me back just as soft and neither of us are realizing what the fuck is happening. The tension we've been carrying around for months, that shit finally broke. I took her hand and I led her upstairs to my bedroom. I slowly took her clothes off. I laid her back on the bed, grabbed the strap, and then I slid inside of her. And a lot of people ask me about the strap. It's different straps. and you can also have an end for you, and it's also one that can rub against your part. So trust and believe me, I'm getting pleasure just like she is. As I was sliding in and out of her, I just asked her, is this what you wanted? She looked up at me and whispered, yes. But that yes, it just came out so deep, so raw. Like she been holding that answer in for a long damn time. I picked up the pace, gripping her a little tighter. I could hear it in her breathing. I can feel it in the way her body will tighten around me. I knew she was close. So I asked her, I said, you about to come, baby? The second I asked, she did, like right on cue. It wasn't faked, it wasn't forced. It was like the most beautiful sound ever. I don't know about y'all, but I love the way a woman sounds, especially during intimacy. It came out so raw and so unfiltered that it almost caught me off guard. Like she been finding that moment the entire time. I ain't gonna lie, I took pride in that. Slowly I pulled away, I got dressed, and I left the room. Nothing more, I left her laying right there on the bed. Meanwhile, I went back downstairs, I grabbed me another drink, sat with my friends, and jumped right back into the conversation like nothing ever happened. Nobody knew, nobody suspected a thing, because everybody was too busy drinking and having fun. About 20 minutes later, she finally came downstairs. She looked nervous, quiet, wouldn't make eye contact with me. She leaned over to her friend, and I could hear that she was telling her like she was tired, she was ready to go home. I almost laughed because we both knew that wasn't the fucking reason. She grabbed her things and she just headed towards the door with one of her friends. The rest of her friends stayed behind because they wasn't ready to leave yet. Right before she walked out, like our eyes met for a split second. All I could do was smirk. The same woman who spent months calling me manipulative, a cheater, the same woman that swore I was toxic, the same woman that said I was no better than any man she ever met, she was leaving my birthday party carrying a secret that she'll probably never tell anybody. Life funny like that sometimes, because sometimes the person who judges you the hardest ends up proving to themselves they never had you figured out in the first damn place. You don't know me off social media. You can't learn me just from TikToks and posts and shorts. The crazy part is the whole time she judged me off my story times, off my content. She hated my story time. She hated the way women act towards me. She hated the woman that she thought I was. Whole time she never actually knew me, not personally. After everything that happened, she became part of the very thing she claimed she hated so damn much. One of my story times. Life has a funny way of humbling people. Imagine spending months saying you hate somebody's story times just to become one. That's crazy.